On August 14, 1935, the Social Security Act was signed into law by President Theodore Roosevelt. It was created to give retirees a steady income after they stopped working. In 1956, women became eligible for benefits as early as age 62. Now, we have discussed there is still a wage discrepancy between what men make and what women make. And as we mark the 88th anniversary of the Social Security Act, we asked our financial contributor, Donna LaScala, to explain all about Social Security and in particular, how it affects women who are going through a divorce. Donna is the president of Comprehensive Divorce Solutions. Donna is also a certified divorce financial analyst, a registered financial consultant, a financial neutral, president of the Long Island chapter of the Financial Planning Association, and a board member of the Association of Divorce Financial Planners. Donna, welcome.
Thank you for having me, Ilyssa. It's a pleasure to be here.
Always a pleasure to have you. So, how does Social Security work? Because from where I'm standing, and I did a lot of research, there appears to be a lot of moving parts, including requirements one must meet to qualify to receive these monthly payments, and so many other things.
Well, absolutely. There are a lot of moving parts. And one of the first things that everyone needs to understand is that Social Security is and always will be an individual benefit. So what do I mean by that? An individual needs to qualify first and foremost by having 40 credits. You acquire these credits by working 4 consecutive quarters in a year. So every year you work, you earn 4 credits. So theoretically speaking, you have to work 10 years to get those 40 credits. Then it's all dependent on your date of birth and your age. There are 3 very important pieces to this. No one can apply for Social Security before they hit the age of 62. The max age to apply for Social Security is 70 for everyone. But the point in between is where it starts to differ. It's called full retirement age, and the reason why it's given that term is because it is different for everyone because it's dependent on when you were born. So, for example, someone born in 1955, their full retirement age is 66 years and 2 months. For someone born in 1960, the age is 67. So you need to know your date of birth and when your full retirement age actually is, because it will affect your benefit. If you apply at 62, your benefit is reduced. If you wait until age 70, your benefit is multiplied by the amount of time that you wait. If you full retirement age apply, that's the number and that's what you get. So it depends on when you retire, what your age is.
Okay, let's talk about Social Security when it comes to divorce. In particular, if Social Security works differently for women who are going through a divorce or are already divorced.
So the reason why we focused on women in this question is because there are several studies that have come out talking about how more women, and especially divorced women, are in the poverty position. It's very, very significant. At least 22% of divorced women aged 80 or older are poor, compared with 17% of never married women. So you're talking about women in particular, they're at a disadvantage. So how does Social Security work differently for them? Because a lot of women, especially baby boomers and older, did not necessarily have those 40 points towards the credits to apply for their own Social Security, because they may have been stay-at-home moms, or they may have only worked part-time where they didn't qualify necessarily for all of these things. So it becomes important to know your spouse's Social Security. Now, here's the way it works. You as a spouse can qualify for up to 50% of your spouse's Social Security income. Now, that does not reduce the spouse's income. It's in addition to. The same applies for someone who is divorced, as long as you meet certain qualifications. So you have to be at least 62. You have to have been married for at least 10 years before you got divorced. Your ex has to actually have those 40 credits towards Social Security. You have to have been divorced for at least 2 consecutive years before applying, and you cannot have remarried.
Now, you were talking about the breakdown of how much women can possibly get. Can you break it down into numbers of how much they are entitled to, and also how long are they eligible to receive these payments?
Well, all Social Security benefits are lifetime benefits. They don't stop at any point in time. Once you start receiving, you receive for the rest of your life. But how does it work for a divorced woman? So the first thing you need to know is what your spouse's benefit will be at age 62, at full retirement age, or at age 70. Then you also have to know if you as an individual qualify for your own benefit. And if you were married at least 10 years, you didn't get remarried, and you're at least age 62, you are eligible for up to 50% of your ex-spouse's benefit at whatever age they are. Now, here's where it gets a little complicated. If there's a significant difference in age, let's just use this as an example. We have a husband who turned 66, let's say, or 67, but the wife may be 57. If he applies for Social Security, she cannot, under any circumstances, get a spousal benefit until she hits the age of 62. So it gets very complicated to figure out when you're eligible, how much you're eligible for, and when you can apply because of age differences, because of those markers, 62 full retirement max. So if your spouse is at full retirement age and their benefit is $3,000, but you're age 62, you're not going to get $1,500. You're going to get a reduced amount because it's also based on your age. So if his full retirement benefit is $3,000 at age 67, and you're age 62 when you apply for your spousal benefit, the half, the 50%, is going to be reduced because of your own age. Those are the things that come into play when you're talking about using Social Security income as part of retirement planning. And it's crucial to know what those pieces mean for you as an individual.
You know, what if a divorced woman's ex-spouse passes away before she is eligible to collect those benefits? Is she out of luck?
Not necessarily, because even as an ex-spouse, you are entitled to a widow's benefit. And here's where it becomes very interesting, because that study that I had referred to before, they actually also looked at the percentage of women that would have been better off if their spouse or ex-spouse was deceased versus whether they were still alive and receiving their spousal benefit as a spouse or an ex-spouse. Because what happens is you get a bump up to the full amount of what your spouse or ex-spouse was receiving or was going to receive when they pass away. So it's very crucial to know all of that information, what you're entitled to, and what things can happen once you apply for Social Security as a spouse or an ex-spouse.
And again, your credentials can really help somebody understand all that.
Absolutely. As a CDFA, this is something I work with people on a daily basis discussing, the retirement picture and all the moving parts that go into what retirement income you're going to receive. Social Security, payouts from pensions, payouts from 401ks and 403bs, all of those things involve working with a CDFA.
And Donna, very quickly, for people who want to continue this conversation and learn more, how do they do that?
So the easiest way to find me is to call me at 516-234-7522.
At Comprehensive Divorce Solutions, Donna LaScala provides the tools for people to deal with assets, debts, equitable distribution, and retirement in divorce negotiations. We hold your hand during and after the divorce process, providing a roadmap of what happens next and into the future. Divorce is difficult whether you're initiating it or not. It's fraught with emotion. When you deal with emotions, you are not dealing with logic, making it more difficult to decide what to do with your money. Hiring a professional to assist you in walking down the money path is crucial to avoiding potentially costly mistakes. Donna's goal is to make sure that each individual knows how they are going to be able to survive and thrive during and after divorce. As a CDFA-trained mediator and collaborative financial neutral, Donna helps people get unstuck and move forward towards their post-divorce future. Call Donna LaScala at 516-218-6919, 516-218-6919.